She didn't knock at all. She didn't call. She just walked right into my private backyard, picked up a heavy pair of wire cutters, and instantly snipped the cable line running directly along my fence like it was nothing. She acted like she owned my property, like she owned me. I watched it happen from my kitchen window, my warm coffee mug still in my hand, and my jaw somewhere on the floor from the absolute shock of it. She was already walking away with her head held high, a clipboard tucked tightly under her arm, smirking like she had just won a massive prize. What she didn't know, what she couldn't have known, was the truth. That specific cable line wasn't just providing my daily internet. It was a critical federal data relay for a remote work contract I held with a highly classified defense program. Which changed everything. The exact moment she cut that line, an automated tamper alert fired off immediately to a secure operations center in Northern Virginia. Welcome back to HOA Neighbor, the channel where real property wars play out. Exactly 31 minutes later, 2 unmarked black SUVs were parked directly in front of her house, and I was still standing in my kitchen. I was just calmly finishing my morning coffee as the drama unfolded. Let us get right into the details of this story. My name is Garrett. I am a 43-year-old network infrastructure contractor. I work from home 3 days a week, and I have done so for the past 6 years now. When I first moved into this neighborhood, I made sure to do everything by the book. I read the CC&Rs thoroughly. I introduced myself to the board, and I attended the mandatory welcome orientation. I paid my HOA dues on time every single quarter without fail. But then came Regina. Regina was the HOA's self-appointed community standards liaison. That is not a real official board position, by the way. She walked right up to me while I was collecting my mail one afternoon. She introduced herself by immediately telling me that my mailbox post was exactly 7 inches too close to the concrete curb. Regina handed me a pre-written violation notice she had apparently already filled out before she even walked over to my property. The dark ink on the paper was still wet as she forced it into my hand. Next, she claimed my outdoor security camera was surveillance equipment facing a common area, which required official board approval. I submitted a formal written response to the board right away. I cited the specific section numbers from the bylaws that did not prohibit cameras. The board dismissed her ridiculous violation instantly, but Regina refused to let her intense neighborhood grudge go at all. The cable conduit running along the inside of my fence was her next target. It was installed professionally, permitted by the county, and fully documented, but she claimed it was unapproved. That high-grade defense line has advanced tamper detection built directly into the physical infrastructure itself. If the cable is cut, crimped, or physically compromised, an alert pings immediately. I attach the official county permit. I attach the professional installation documentation. And I attached a certified letter from my employer's corporate facilities security team to my file. Then came a specific Tuesday morning in October. I was sitting at my kitchen table at 7:40 a.m. on a live video call with a colleague in Maryland. That is when I caught sudden movement outside. I turned around quickly. Regina positioned her heavy cutters around the cable, looked toward the back of the yard like she was checking for witnesses, and then she cut it clean through in one motion. I swear to you, she actually waved directly at my back kitchen window as she left, like she was being neighborly. I opened the app connected to my outdoor security cameras right away. I rewound the security footage immediately. The video was crystal clear. It had a precise timestamp, full color, and a wide-angle view. I saved the clip to 4 separate locations before standing up. At exactly 8:23 a.m., which was 31 minutes after Regina cut that cable, my doorbell camera picked up 2 black SUVs with federal plates parking on the street directly in front of her house out there. 2 serious men in dark suits got out of the vehicles. They walked straight to her front door and knocked heavily. Regina's front door opened, and exactly 20 minutes later, it closed shut again. I drafted a highly formal letter to the HOA board that very afternoon. I sent it via certified mail with a copy to the HOA management company and another copy straight to a real estate attorney. Regina had deliberately destroyed permitted, fully documented infrastructure that she had been explicitly notified about in writing. She knew it was protected under the terms of an active contract. I included the security camera footage on a USB drive, the cable installation permit, the employer letter, and the certified mail receipts proving she had full prior notification of the setup. Exactly 4 days later, not 10 days, but 4, I received an urgent phone call from the HOA board president. He told me that Regina Marsh had been suspended from all community liaison activities. She was suspended pending a formal board review. Her written apology arrived 8 days later. All 11 violations she had filed against my property over the months were formally dismissed for good. The board passed a resolution confirming that no community liaison or member may ever enter a homeowner's private fenced yard without prior written notice and explicit consent from the owner. Regina's self-created position was officially dissolved, gone forever. They removed it from the HOA's internal administrative structure entirely so that nobody could ever repeat her power trip. A county code enforcement officer informed me that a formal complaint had been filed, not by me, regarding the unpermitted removal of permitted infrastructure. The federal agency was moving fast. 2 weeks after that incident, I had a brand new defense cable run professionally reinstalled. It was fully permitted, heavily documented, and placed along the exact same route on my property line. The doorbell camera that Regina once wanted removed captured her car leaving the neighborhood for good about 6 weeks later. She had packed up everything and sold her house to escape the shame. The rules were actually my armor in this battle. The documentation was my primary weapon, and I never had to raise my voice once. Documentation always wins against toxic neighborhood overreach. Make sure to protect your boundaries and stand your ground against corrupt boards out there. Hit that subscribe button right now to support our community. Subscribe to HO Drama Neighbor for more.